Did you know that a simple 3-minute morning habit can help prevent strokes after 65? Many people over 65 have no idea that what they do in those quiet, sleepy minutes each morning can quietly determine how their day unfolds or how their life changes. And for some, that moment can mean the difference between a healthy brain and a sudden emergency. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 simple morning habits, most of them take less than 3 minutes, that can significantly reduce your risk of stroke as you age. These are science-backed steps based on what doctors, cardiologists, and aging researchers have found to be crucial for blood flow, blood pressure regulation, and vascular health. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle. You don't need to run marathons, buy expensive supplements, or spend hours doing yoga. Sometimes all it takes is 1 glass of water or 1 breath, or 1 moment of stillness before you check your phone. Stay with me until the end, because these 5 steps are not just habits, they're protective tools. And one of them may surprise you with just how powerful it is. Let's get started. Number 1, a glass of water before anything else. Before you sip coffee, scroll the news, or even reach for your slippers, start your day with a full glass of room temperature water. Just comfortably neutral, like your body prefers it after hours of sleep. Why? Because overnight, while you're resting, your body becomes dehydrated. You're not drinking. You're not moving. And yet your heart is still pumping. Your lungs still breathing. Your skin still releasing moisture. By the time you wake up, your blood is thicker. Your vessels are slightly constricted, and your brain has gone hours without fresh hydration. This is why early morning is one of the highest risk periods for strokes in older adults, especially those with high blood pressure, heart conditions, or a history of clots. A simple glass of water taken within the first 10 minutes of waking thins the blood slightly. It eases the work your heart has to do. It tells your vascular system, we're back. Let's start smooth. I once met Harold, 78, who had a minor stroke at dawn, just minutes after stepping out of bed. His doctors told him later that his blood pressure had spiked sharply as he stood up and moved around without drinking or stretching. That morning, he had skipped water and reached straight for the coffee pot. It was a habit, but it came with a cost. Since then, Harold starts every day with 2 things, gratitude and water. And according to him, both are life-saving. If your mornings feel rushed, this is the easiest change to make. Fill a glass the night before. Leave it by your bed. When you wake up, drink it slowly, steadily, not all at once, but like you're waking up your body from the inside out. You might not feel a dramatic difference in that moment, but over time, this one small act sets the tone for healthier blood pressure, gentler circulation, and a lower risk of early morning vascular events. It's free, and it might just be the quietest, kindest thing you do for your brain all day. Number 2, neck and shoulder stretches before standing. Before you even sit up in bed, before your feet touch the floor, there's one habit that quietly primes your brain, your blood vessels, and your balance. A short series of neck and shoulder stretches. You don't need to be a gymnast. You don't even need to get out of bed. Just gentle, mindful movement of your upper body, right where you are. Here's why it matters. Overnight, your body rests in stillness. Blood pools slightly. Muscles tighten. And when you suddenly jolt upward, especially if you're still a little groggy, you risk something called orthostatic hypotension. That's when your blood pressure drops too quickly when you change position. And it can lead to dizziness, fainting, or worse. But there's another layer. Your neck is home to key arteries that supply blood to your brain. When the muscles around those arteries are tight, when your shoulders are hunched, when your posture is closed off, that blood flow can become restricted, especially in the morning. A few slow, intentional rolls of the neck, a stretch of each shoulder, a lift of the arms over the head. These motions gently awaken your circulation. They release tension around the arteries. They signal your nervous system to regulate pressure. And they help your brain get the oxygen and nutrients it needs to transition from sleep to full awareness. I remember a woman named Carol, 74, who had experienced repeated morning head rushes when standing up. Her doctor ruled out major issues, but suggested she try 5 minutes of bed-based movement before standing. Within a week, her symptoms improved. Within a month, they were gone. If you're not sure how to begin, here's something simple. While lying down, take a breath. Slowly tilt your head left, then right. Roll each shoulder, one at a time. Shrug them gently up and down. Then if you feel comfortable, sit up slowly. Place your hands on your knees and circle your head once or twice more. This isn't exercise. It's a wake-up call to your muscles, your circulation, your coordination. Because a stroke doesn't always come from what you did wrong. Sometimes it's what you didn't do at all. And giving your body a moment to adjust, to stretch, to open, to flow, can make all the difference. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, 3 minutes of deep, intentional breathing. Before the noise of the day begins, before your phone lights up or the coffee starts brewing, take 3 minutes, just 3, for your breath. Not rushed breathing, not distracted breathing, but deep, grounded, intentional breaths that tell your nervous system, we are safe, we are steady. Why does this matter after 65? Because stroke risk isn't just about the heart or blood vessels. It's also about the nervous system, specifically, how much time your body spends in a stress response without you even knowing it. As we age, our stress regulation systems become more fragile. The same worries that might have rolled off your back at 40 can raise your blood pressure at 70. Your heart becomes more sensitive to emotional triggers. Your vascular system responds more sharply to fear, anger, or even rushing around. And here's where deep breathing comes in. When you breathe slowly through the nose into the belly, and then gently out through the mouth, something powerful happens. Your parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for calm, rest, digestion, kicks in. Your heart rate lowers. Your blood pressure stabilizes. Cortisol levels drop. Inflammation goes down. And your blood vessels become less tense, more elastic, more cooperative. One method that works especially well is called box breathing. You inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold again for 4. Just 4 rounds takes about a minute. Do that 3 times and you've set a calmer, safer tone for your entire circulatory system. This isn't just feel-good advice. It's physiology. It's stroke prevention grounded in science. I knew a man named Earl, 81, who used to start every day scrolling the news on his phone. He didn't realize how it spiked his stress until his doctor recommended a blood pressure monitor. The difference between his readings before and after switching to 3 minutes of breath work in the morning was stunning. It's the cheapest medicine I've ever used, he told me with a grin. And he's right. If you're new to breath work, start simple. Sit up, place a hand on your chest, one on your belly. Try to make the lower hand rise while the upper one stays still. That's diaphragmatic breathing, and it works. Wonders for vascular tone and brain health. In just 3 minutes a day, you can retrain your nervous system to support, not sabotage, your heart and brain. That's not just a morning routine. That's long-term protection, one breath at a time. Number 4, protecting your brain from stress input first thing in the morning. It's easy to underestimate how vulnerable your brain is. In the first 30 minutes after you wake up, you're not fully alert. Your nervous system is still transitioning. Your cortisol levels are naturally higher, and your blood pressure is beginning to rise with the act of simply getting up. That's why what you expose yourself to in those first few minutes matters more than most people realize, especially if you're over 65. Too often, the first thing people do is reach for the phone. Emails, notifications, missed calls, headlines, most of which carry a sense of urgency, stress, or frustration. And in just seconds, your brain is thrown from rest into alert. Your heart rate spikes. Your vascular system tightens. Your body prepares for fight or flight before you've even left the pillow. That kind of jolt, repeated day after day, isn't harmless. It's accumulative. And for older adults already managing hypertension, cholesterol, or anxiety, it can raise stroke risk quietly but consistently. I once met Sharon, 76, who had developed a morning panic habit. Before she even brushed her teeth, she was already tense from reading, upsetting news or family texts. Her doctor noticed a pattern in her morning blood pressure readings and suggested a tech-free morning window. She started with just 10 minutes. No screen, no news, just quiet music and light stretching. Her numbers began to level out. But more importantly, her mood changed. She felt like she was choosing calm, not being dragged into stress. This doesn't mean you need to avoid technology altogether. It simply means delaying the mental clutter until your body is more awake and ready to handle it. If you can, give yourself a 10-15 minute buffer in the morning. During that time, hydrate, breathe, move gently, but resist the urge to dive into external input. Your brain will thank you. Your heart will too. Because protecting your nervous system isn't just about avoiding worry. It's about giving your body a chance to start the day with clarity instead of chaos. And that small change can help prevent the vascular strain that contributes to strokes in older adults. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, taking your morning medications consistently and correctly. If your doctor has prescribed you medication to manage blood pressure, cholesterol, or clotting, taking it properly each morning might be the single most powerful stroke prevention step you can control. It sounds simple, but for many older adults, inconsistency is more common than we like to admit. A missed dose here, a double dose there, a delay until after breakfast, it all adds up. And for medications that are time-sensitive, like low-dose aspirin or morning antihypertensives, that inconsistency can carry real consequences. Blood pressure, in particular, follows a pattern. It tends to surge in the morning, a natural part of waking, but that surge can become dangerous if left unmanaged. That's why so many stroke events occur between 6 a.m. and noon. The body's adjusting, and if it's not supported, things can go wrong fast. Medication helps regulate that process, but only if it's taken consistently, ideally around the same time each day, and exactly as instructed. Let me tell you about Frank, 82, who was prescribed a beta blocker for morning blood pressure control. He took it more or less every day, but never at the same time. Sometimes before coffee, sometimes after breakfast, sometimes not until lunch. After a minor TIA, his cardiologist discovered that the spikes in his pressure aligned with his inconsistent dosing. Now Frank has a simple alarm. His water and pills sit on his nightstand. He takes them before he even gets out of bed. And since that shift, he hasn't had a single scare. If you take medications, don't just follow the prescription, build it into your morning rhythm. Pair it with something you always do, like brushing your teeth or drinking your water. Keep a small log or use a pill organizer if remembering is tricky. And if you're unsure whether a medication should be taken in the morning, ask your pharmacist or doctor. Timing matters more than most people realize, especially when your goal is prevention, not just treatment. This one habit might not feel like much, but for many older adults, it's the thin line between stability and stroke risk. And staying on top of it is a powerful form of self-care. It says, I respect my body. I protect my brain. I take my health seriously, even in the quietest moments of the day. Final thoughts. There's something powerful about how a day begins. Not just in what you do, but in the message you send to yourself with each small choice. When you start your morning with water, you tell your body, I'm here to support you. When you stretch before standing, you say, I'm easing you into movement, gently, respectfully. When you breathe with intention, you remind your heart you don't have to rush. When you wait to check the news or your phone, you whisper to your nervous system, peace first, stress later. And when you take your medications on time, you affirm, I take my health seriously because I'm still showing up for this life. These aren't grand gestures. They're quiet ones. Just a few minutes, really. But the older we get, the more those minutes matter. Because the body remembers, and the brain responds. Many strokes can't be predicted, but a great number can be prevented. And it often starts with what happens between the sheets and the kitchen sink. So don't underestimate the small things. They're not just habits. They're signals. They tell your body how to treat the day and how to protect the life you've worked so hard to build. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.